Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Nier Automata. Since Grun got his devastating EMP pulse off last time, it's randomly knocked out a few access points, one of which, unfortunately, is the Resistance camp, so our closest fast travel point to that is the Central City Ruins. Now, it's only a short hike from there, so that's not that big of a deal. What we're dealing with today is the fact that 9S has gone missing after his heroic takedown of the huge mecha fish monster. So we're going to be going back to the Resistance camp so that we can pick up some means of pinpointing his black box signal. And while we make our way over to the Resistance camp, I want to talk today about butt mode. If you activate self-destruct, what will happen is it will blow 2B's skirt off. There was a bizarre controversy last year because there is a screenshot depicting 2B with a fully modeled butthole that surfaced. Now, eventually people realized, oh, that's fake, because of course it is. But not before it kind of blew up, and before Yoko Taro took notice of it, and he could weigh in by asking fans to compile artwork of 2B's asshole in zip files and send them to him weekly for research. He didn't clarify anything, he just wanted some fan art porn sent to him.
I'm looking for something called a dynamic scanner that can detect black box signals.
A dynamic... Oh, you must mean the one the twins built. I think they're just back from an expedition, actually. You should see some red-haired androids over there. Try talking to them. 2B, those twins, they...
Yes?
Actually, never mind.
So, who are these twins? Oh, they're new.
What do you want?
Kinda.
Easy, Devila. There's no need to be so confrontational. And you don't have to trust every idiot that wanders by. I'm sorry about that. Can we help you?
I need a scanner that can detect faint black box signals.
Yeah. I was tinkering with something like that a little while back. Here, if you want it, it's all yours. That chip should help with your search. Once you install it, it can detect black box signals, quest objects, all manner of things. You'll hear a sound whenever it finds something.
And if it ever bugs you too much, you can always pop it back out.
Let us know if there's anything else you need from us, okay? And don't think this makes us friends. Oh, Devila.
Devila is the foul-tempered one on the left, but she explains the scanner works and that's useful. Popola is a little bit more bubbly, and she also has a shop with, among other things, a couple of new weapons and some very useful new chips, like this slow-mo for bullet dodging, this continuous combo, which is an automated dodge offset bullet detonation, which is awesome because when you swing at a bullet, it now explodes, causing splash damage, and auto-collect items, which is the fucking best. Because it makes it so that we never have to manually pick up an item off the ground ever again. When you pass nearby an item, it just is automatically harvested. It's so good. So we're going to equip Pod B, which is the laser pod, with the scanner program. And we're also going to equip our new chip. It doesn't even take up that much space in the plug-in chips. Very small amount of space for such a great utility item. Oh, it's so good. So happy we're finally at this point in the game. So the access point is still offline. It's going to be a bit before it's repaired.
What's up?
Anemone has nothing new for us, and we don't really have any main quest objectives, so to speak, right now.
I've picked up a response on the scanner.
So about the scanner. Remember the dowsing rod and the arrowhead hunt from Psychonauts? This is kind of the same obnoxious mechanic,
This might be useful.
but there's not really a corresponding collectathon to make this completely miserable.
The search for 9S should commence in the flooded region.
Got it.
There we go. Once we take this outside the resistance camp where we got it.
You're oddly chatty today.
Affirmative. As a support unit, I am capable of engaging in conversation as necessary. Proposal. 2B should initiate conversation more frequently.
Proposal denied.
Even the pod is like, yo, talk a little bit more. Be a little bit more social. Like I said, there's not really a corresponding collectathon that makes this completely miserable. The mechanic itself does suck. There are some weapons hidden by it. That's pretty terrible. It takes up your pod program. That's really bad. But you don't have to use it all that often, or even equip it outside of this quest. Plus, remember, we can equip different pod programs to different pods. So we still have the hammers on pods A and B. Or A and C? I already fucked up. Yeah, it's A and C. B is the laser. Oops. Passed right by the flooded city. Now, how you progress this leg of the quest is, like I said, kind of peculiar. So we took it out, and once we scanned, the pod piped up to tell us that we should look for missing Yorha androids from the flooded city who might know about 9S's whereabouts.
Bunker 2B.
2B here.
We've got a number of broken down access points on the field. The cause appears to be an EMP attack from a gigantic machine life form. If you encounter any offline access points, please repair them for us.
Understood.
That's our first mention. Oh, I didn't know you could do this! I didn't know this slide worked here. Fuck, awesome. Shit. Don't know where I was going with that thought now. The scanner is going to help us identify which androids in the flooded city are still alive and which ones are just unconscious. It's going to help us discern the unconscious ones from the corpses now littering the streets. Oh, we have to deal with these before we can investigate that. Pretty much, you have to have the button held down, and then the beeps will become more frequent. It's a hot and cold system until you're eventually close enough that the pod will just project where to go. You can, it's important to note, skip all of this and go right to where 9S is if you know, because this is a second or third or fourth playthrough, or if you've just read ahead and gotten spoiled on it. You can just go right to 9S. But if you don't know where he is, these are the steps involved taking you to him. So we're going to follow them and do this in the proper order, mainly because there's another good reason for us to have come back to the flooded city right now. And it's one of those hidden weapons I was talking about, one of the very few weapons that's gated behind the scanner mechanic. And in the meantime, we just kind of passed right over Devila and Popola's inclusion in this. So if you don't know who they are, you'll remember that I talked about Project Gestalt from Nier. It was the replicant and it was the soul transfer project, more or less, to not have to recap that again. Devila and Popola were supposed to be the overseers of that project. One of them was super hard murdered by Nier over the course of that game. And Emil also had to pull off the heroic self-sacrifice, self-destruct card to stop the other one, resulting in him just being ahead for the past several thousand years. That's how he got ahead in life. Oh. And by the way, I pointed those two out in the background of the Resistance camp way earlier in the game. They were there, they just didn't have much of a role to play yet. So the Devila and the Popola that we see in Automata, they are the same model of android, they're just different. Same model, new versions. I do believe they were also androids in the original Nier. Their inclusion was like one of the most baffling, peculiar things in all the pre-release media. They really threw a wrench in some people's theories and caused a lot of questions about how in the hell are they back. And we might yet see a little bit more backstory about those two and why they are important to Automata, but not yet. We gotta get through the whirling Doom Blades first. Oh, I thought that was gonna be a little bit too close. The hammers are devastating and they're really strong, but they have a very specific range that they're good at. Also, I love that you could see the burned out, bombed out drone in the background. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure where this android is. There's one particular one that will, because we're in this red hotspot quest area, there's one that will give us some kind of lead. She's behind the bus.
Black box signal detected. Life functions operational.
Pod, employ a check module and a logic virus vaccine. Easy. I've contacted the bunker. They should be here soon.
Thank you.
We are currently searching for a missing Yorha unit, designation 9S. Should you possess any information on the subject, please disclose it at once.
Please, anything will help.
9S. That's that kid who was with you, right? I saw him all right. That explosion sent him flying.
Which direction?
Hard to say. I'll take my best guess at a landing spot and transfer the data to you.
Thank you. You should stay here until the rescue team arrives.
Target location data obtained. Marking on map.
So with that, we're pretty much all done with the flooded city. We picked up that weapon earlier, which I didn't explicitly point out a couple minutes ago, but that was the Iron Will. It's a weapon that's been in every Drakengard game. It was in Nier, since Nier and Drakengard share the same universe. It's also a pretty explicit reference to Guts' Dragon Slayer, and it's got pretty significant backstory once we upgrade it to +4. But that's gonna be a while off. How I'm probably gonna handle that is I will most likely upgrade all of the weapons to +4 way in the future off camera, and then I'll do some kind of bonus episode showing off every single one of their stories. Because I definitely want to make sure that's included in the LP. Now we're going to travel back to the city ruins, because that'll just make this go a little bit quicker. I think so, because this loading is only, what, like 15 seconds? I think this alone should be quicker than going back and backtracking through the sewer just to get out to where we're going. It's pretty close either way. Because the location that's been marked on the map... I didn't go back to the... Okay, that looked like the Resistance camp for a second. The location that's been marked on the map is down here in the crater. The mothership crater that we visited earlier on when we first encountered Eve. Well, Eve having a speaking role anyway. We did briefly see Eve in the first appearance of Adam.
9S should have landed around here.
Alert. Faint black box signal detected. The transmission seems to be coming from an underground cave network.
An underground cave network. Like we haven't been here before. We're not going straight ahead into the mothership this time, but we are taking the similar cavernous route that we used to get there in the first place. Before, when I was on the way to the mothership, I took this side path, but it was a dead end at the time.
Why are there dead androids here?
No black box signals detected.
Would 9S have made it this far inside?
Alert. Possible enemy ambush ahead.
Don't care.
Now this door that was locked previously opens up into an elevator, a really lengthy one. And by the way, we've seen those flayed, crucified androids before. It was right before we met Adam for the first time. There's a lot of bloom. And it's an all-white landscape.
What is this?
Analysis. This area is composed of crystallized silicon and carbon. Further details unknown.
Who built it?
Unknown.
At first blush, it looks like a completely untextured location, but really it's the copied city. And this, for being a city, is actually super linear. Linear as can be. We didn't even get an option to bring this dude with us. To get resilience.
What's with the corpses?
It is unlikely the Yorha units came this far on their own. Hypothesis. The enemy must have placed them here deliberately.
Like some kind of macabre art gallery. Now, if we're lucky, we're not. We could have gotten a chip from that called Overclock. Overclock gives your perfect dodges witch time. Bayonetta style witch time. Then we saw the continuous dodge chip, which gives you dodge offset. There's also one that gives you what is explicitly Raiden's parry from Revengeance.
Welcome to my beloved city. Or we machine lifeforms, I suppose, have a keen interest in humanity, love, family, religion, war. The more human records I unearth, the more charmed I am by their complexity. This city is one of many areas I created out of a desire to understand, to know humans. It's grand, don't you think? Almost spiritual. And yet it's currently nothing more than an android graveyard. I seek to learn and adopt all facets of humanity. Some desired love, others family. Only then did I realize the truth. The core of humanity is conflict. They fight, steal, kill. This is humanity in its purest form.
You know nothing about humanity.
Have I offended you, little android? Did I speak ill of your beloved humans? The truth can be so painful. I strive to attain nothing less than the essence of humanity itself. We machines exist in a connected network. We are immortal, invincible. And yet, within all those infinite bits of data, there exists not even the merest flicker of being, of life. Death, even the concept of death, has no meaning to us. Thus I decided that I shall risk my life in battle. I have severed my connection to the network. Now, let us embrace death.
This is where the real fight begins. We were getting the same kind of blue balls teaser that we got before when we were fighting Eve back in the mothership. This is the real fight, though. He gains more abilities in this phase, some of them familiar but upgraded, and he continues doing some of the stuff that we saw him doing just now. Whew. Adam's counterattack's not as sharp as Eve's, so it's a little bit easier to bait that out for a perfect dodge. Now, I should say, when I first entered this area for the very first time on my first playthrough, Platinum is known for a golem enemy, usually like the sphere made out of cubes, made out of many cubes. When I first got here, I thought this was going to be that, but it turns out that it's another Adam fight, this time wearing more clothes than ever. It's our first real Adam fight in a while, too. And Adam, as you saw, is interested in humanity. Part of that is he wants to understand mortality. He thinks that is one of the most key human traits, is cognizance of our own mortality. And he wants a connection to both that instinct for self-preservation and survival, danger.
I need to find 9S.
Ah, 9S.
And the feeling of taking life. That's an okay excuse to have a boss fight, isn't it? That's a pretty good one, actually.
Oh, I do enjoy this. I prepared this just for you. I mean, after all, we all need something to fight for, don't we?
You son of a... I'll kill you!
Yes! That's it. That's the feeling. Pure hate! Come to me!
Jesus, I love the way this soundtrack picks up at this point in the fight. I'm taking a couple too many heel kicks to the jaw, though. Ah, man, I should have picked up, what's it called? Dark Mirage? No, that's the Nier version of it. I don't remember what the name of the pod program is. Should pick that up for this. The laser might be better, but I'm more comfortable with the hammers. This is still a pretty surefire way to deal with that. Intentionally triggering the parry once he goes into his bullet deflection mode. Whew. Because then you can also get a juggle off on him. Oh, he falls out of it pretty quickly, though. It's a little bit too far away that time. Whew. Oh, shit. I think I was a little bit too late. He gets quite a bit more intense as this goes on. Damn. I get a couple pretty shitty mistakes. That's too slow to continue the juggle. Got greedy there. I should have just gone for the little bit of damage I would have gotten from finishing the light attack string out. Oh, even the double jump reset doesn't work that well on him. Trying to figure out ways to extend it. And he just falls out a little bit too quickly. Hey, there we go. Just finish that out. Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty acceptable damage. We're about at the end of the play anyway. You get a nice long window to react to that. He's also got a super combo he can do on you. He hasn't landed it yet.
Is this death? So dark, so cold.
Nines!
I think 2B's arms are kind of tired. I don't know if she can carry him all the way back to the camp. I mean, Yorha knows where he is, so they'll probably send someone to come pick him up. So we're gonna go back to the Resistance camp, relax a little bit. That was a really tough fight. Nines waited several decades for 2B to return, but she was never seen again. No Iron Team. That's what, 6 bad endings now? That's gonna do it for now. We'll catch up with 9S next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.